We are Hispanic America. We are Caribbean. We are the Carnival of the New World. The New World was the initiating point for the mythical revolution of the Western world. The mixing bowl for the blending of three distinctive cultures. It was a blood-stained dawning run through by the sword and the cross. Dreams of golden and silvered rivers and pearl oceans, with feathered warriors throwing gold powder into lagoons as an offering to their gods. It was a beginning for Africans enslaved and torn from their native lands, brought to live in the New World. It was the mythical land where the ambitious explorer got trapped in the Caribbean magic and stayed, the Sea of Encounters. And it was, above all, the brutal encounter of a written word culture and two oral tradition cultures, and for that, it was a decisive moment of history which changed the world. From that struggle emerged the religious syncretism which has expressed itself since the early 16th century, in the veneration of the Indo-American and African gods, through the cult to the Virgin of the Purification of Candelaria, during the month of February, when white masters allowed 12 hours of joy and free expression to his slaves. This celebration is still alive in the 21st century and takes place in the Carnival of Barranquilla, the Carnival of the New World, where the traditions, myths and rituals of three cultures are expressed in ancestral dances which survive and can only be seen exclusively in this cultural space. Barranquilla, the major aerial, fluviatic and maritime port of Colombia, is located on the Colombian-Caribbean coast, where the great Magdalena River meets the sea. The Magdalena River, along whose banks spread the villages, nurturing the carnival with their folklore and traditional dances. The Carnival of Barranquilla, the Carnival of the New World. The cultural space where 15 ancestral theatrical dance expressions survive and conserve their characteristics of folkloric ritual dances of legends, mythical origins, with choreography and symbolism which have transcended time thanks to the collective memories nurtured by the oral tradition. The Carnival of Barranquilla, Carnival of the New World. Setting the scene of the tripartite culture of America, Spain brought along the cross, the devil, and death. The terror of the symbols brought by Spain to dominate the people of the New World are turned into a vibrant theatrical carnival in this anthropological space. The devil, dressed as a harlequin, blows fire to illuminate the dancer's path, shown in the Harlequin Devil's Dance. The victory of the mestizos in the sanguinary battle for independence has been recreated in the Caribbean region for over 168 years by the paloteo dance. Death, dressed for the festivity and armed with a scythe, goes partying as another participant and at the end is defeated by the caporals in the amusing and sensuous dance of the garabato. African princes and warriors recover their courts and power during the celebrations of the Virgin of the Candelaria. They have revivified each year for the past 124 years in the Congo dance with symbolic accessories and historical costumes similar to the ones used by the Portuguese court in the African continent. To get even blacker and to mock their masters, they put coal over their bodies and dance, twisting their bodies and making monkey-like grimaces, as is mandatory today in the dance of the Negro campesinos. The sonorously rhythmic, vibrant and profound stroke of the drum beckons the spirit of the Afro-Caribbeans looking for their ancestors in the dance of the Mapalé. Through their dances, the indigenous Americans recreated daily life and stories and animal behavior as reflecting the dances of the Carnival of Barranquilla. One spectacular dance testifies to the resistance of the indigenous Americans, the Farotas dance. Interpreted by men only, it narrates a particular story of the Indians who, disguised as women, annihilated a Spanish platoon. Performed by countrymen from Talagua, who travel every year up the Magdalena River for their annual encounter with the Carnival of Barranquilla. The Indo-Americans, as enslaved as the Africans, mixed the sacred flutes of their rituals with the ceremonial drums of Africa to give us the cumbia, a ritual dance where the participants render in mind and body their souls to their gods. The followers of these malaria traditions elaborate their own unique costumes and masks and the distinctive musical instruments used. Three cultures united without losing their sonority, form or style. The Carnival musical products have become foundations of our national identity. Who in the world doesn't think of Colombia when listening to a cumbia rhythm, the standard dance of the Carnival of Barranquilla? The Carnival of Barranquilla, Carnival of the New World, a cultural space in a city of peace, where, in a country as in the case of Colombia, besieged by the violence of armed conflict, society can find space and opportunity to help rebuild the torn social fabrics, and where the carnival uses symbolic creation as a form to evoke and characterize sorrow and pain. Carnival of Barranquilla, Carnival of the New World, a living tradition of ancestral dances, enthusiastically, devotedly and masterly interpreted by thousands of children, adolescents, adults and elders, without any distinction of race, religion or social condition. Carnival of Barranquilla, a majestic, colourful, vibrant masterpiece of the intangible heritage from Colombians to the world.
Well,